Hello, friends and family. Today, I would like to talk to you about what sparked the change in my life and why I decided to become a life coach. So, this is the first video of a series explaining to you how I got into the life coaching business. And as of last Friday, I was just certified as a life and health coach with BHC. It's an institute that teaches you how to life coach in mental health and also physical health. So today, first of all, I'd like to talk to you about what sparked the change for me in life coaching, or in my life, actually. So I used to have a lot of problems of having negative thoughts go through my head all the time. And this actually can cause you to not have any motion in your life. You're just stuck in one place. So this especially happened to me the most when I felt prompted to resign from my job at Higley High School and then take care of my mother-in-law who had Alzheimer's. And shortly after that, my daughter Emily had a near drowning in the swimming pool in the backyard, and she was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and it was a specific type that would grow, and although it wasn't cancerous, that it could take over her brain. And so for 3 to 4 years, I dealt with Alzheimer's, and I dealt with the anxiety that my husband struggled with from the situation of both my mother-in-law and my daughter having health problems. We also had other people in our family who had health problems. My grandson, Blaze, he has a specific type of epilepsy called LGS, and it started out as laughing seizures. And that was a huge struggle for our family. We didn't know what was going on. He just started laughing while he was in church after my daughter's baptism, Emily's baptism, when she was 8. And it turned into a full-blown case of LGS. And he's doing okay right now. And his mom, Holly, our oldest daughter, she also was diagnosed with something called tracheal stenosis, where she had to have a trachea put in for a little while during her pregnancy with our granddaughter Raven, and so she has struggled also with having to have throat surgeries. So we've had a lot of health problems in the last 5 to 7 years in our family, and although most of my life I've spent time just taking care of family members while I was going to school, now I was in a position where I had to take care of family members while I had to sacrifice what I love to do, which was to teach music. And more than that, I was interested in empowering youth to just believe in themselves and to believe they could do things that they've never really accomplished before. And because I'm a musician myself, I chose music to teach this. And so during this time of my life that I've just shortly described to you, a little bit scattered, but still I think you get the idea, that I had to give up, or I chose to, but I felt prompted to also, to give up what was really important to me, I thought at the time, to take care of people. And when you're home by yourself a lot and taking care of people, there's a lot of negative thoughts that can come through your head, and like you're not moving anywhere. And so one day I decided, after I looked through Facebook for a long time, why not do something with my phone that's more productive? And so about 4 or 5 years ago, I just decided that I would start doing Google Drive prayer notes. And so what I do is I just, it's not a specific time of the day, sometimes it's in the middle of the night, but it's always where I just have time to think and there's no distractions, which is usually in the middle of the night. I just empty out all of the thoughts that I have in my brain. And to me, I share those thoughts with my Father in heaven. Now, some of you may not believe in a Father in heaven, but I believe every person has some type of spiritual source or power that helps them be a better person. And so I would spill all my thoughts out to my Father in heaven, and then I would just wait. And I opened up a Google Drive page, and I would just type the thoughts that came to me. And I could not believe some of the thoughts that came to my mind. They weren't my own words. They weren't the way that I spoke. And then I decided I'm just going to follow every prompting that I feel necessary that I write down, or just the ideas, they come to my mind and I write them down. So I started this idea, and it began a journey for me of really connecting with divine revelation. And I've been able to know things that are going to happen in my family, or be prepared for them, and even guide them when they're struggling. And just recently, just to share a short story before I finish today, my daughter Brenly, a week and a half ago, was living in Michigan, and she felt, she and her husband both felt a strong feeling that they should move to Arizona, because they had closed down his university. Everything was online. McKinley, their oldest daughter, the school had been shut down because of the coronavirus, and they didn't really have anything tying them to being there from now to August in Michigan. So they packed up, and their house is going to be leased to someone else, and they felt an urgency. My daughter felt an urgency. My son-in-law kind of felt an urgency, and just randomly, with not really knowing what was happening, just in my own prayers, I felt guided to tell them that whatever they were feeling inside, that they should hurry and do it. And so within a week they had moved here, and just within that time, interestingly enough, a couple of things have happened. First of all, Michigan is closed, so that it's going to be closed so that you can't travel in and out of state. And also, the other thing is that my daughter just found out that she was laid off from her job, which is their main source of income. And things like this happen through personal revelation, but this is what sparked the change in me, to realize that even if you're in your home by yourself, or taking care of people, or everything seems to be boring or day to day, or you feel depressed because you feel like you're not moving anywhere, if you can make a connection with something that's greater than you, and for me that's God, then you can feel prompted and guided to make the right decisions, and you lose that fear. And fear right now is running rampant, I think, but it doesn't have to. And so that is what sparked my change to be a life coach, is to help other people. I have lots of new ideas that I've learned, and tools to help people work through fear and anxiety, and making their lives look more of what they look like. But really what sparked the change for me is the self-empowerment I found through praying to my Father in heaven. And through those prayers, I've been guided to make good choices that will affect my life in a positive way, and the members of my family around me, and my friends. And I've just learned to trust in that. But the thing is this is available to every single person on the earth. No matter where you are, what your beliefs are, this is available to you too. So this is the end of what sparked the change in me.